Hello everybody, it is me, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and today I got some good news. This involves about the other figures for Gamera Rebirth. Yes, the other three figures have been announced. Virus, guiron, and Zigra have finally been announced. And I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on these figures. How ironical. Right. Now, just yesterday, I got my Gamera Rebirth, Gamera 2023 figure, and literally a day later, the last three monsters are finally being shown. Anyways, without further ado, let's go on ahead and get into this video. So, my thoughts and opinions on these figures. I want to start with Virus first, because he actually looks a bit more interesting than the other figures. As we all know, Virus is basically the sort of squid monster that Gamera does fight in the movie Gamera vs. Virus, which was from the Showa era. Ever since then, this kaiju never once made a comeback. We all thought he might make a comeback in the Heisei era of Gamera films, but he never once made a comeback. Now, because a very classic Gamera villain stole the first Gamera movie, which was basically Gauss, then two new kaiju were made for the last two films in the Heisei series of Gamera films. Which I'm still kind of sad that there was only three Heisei films, while Godzilla almost had like an entire series. That's the one thing I like about Godzilla more than Gamera, was because his Heisei films, yes, they are really good. Dare I even say better than Heisei Godzilla films. But the Heisei Godzilla films lasted longer. Than the Heisei Gamera films. Because it started back from 1984 all the way to 1995. And yes, while the Godzilla franchise was rebooted again into the Millennium era, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, it's a really good thing, but I would have liked it if they continued on with the Heisei films. But still, can't complain. But yeah, Virus was basically, you could sort of say, one of the most powerful foes that Gamera's ever faced. Now, Virus, this design looks really, I would say realistic, but at the same time, not really, because there are some parts of him that don't look realistic at all, actually. And this is actually a very interesting model, let alone design. And I can definitely tell we're going to get some articulation for the tentacles. I'm not sure for the ones in the front of his head. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I really like the golden color on Virus, on this guy. Or I will say the Showa Gamera films were a lot worse than the Heisei, not Heisei, a lot worse than the Showa era Gamera Godzilla films. Because, my god, the Showa era Gamera films were just a disaster. Honestly, they make Godzilla's Revenge look like a piece of cake or something, or whatever. But yeah, I like Virus. He looks really cool, really interesting. Now on to our next monster, guiron. Now this is a really big improvement for Gorion, because honestly, it's about time these kaiju get a redemption arc for their characters. Honestly, I think they deserve it too. And this is a very threatening Gorion figure. Because if you take a closer look at it, it looks threatening. I would even say this kaiju is a kaiju that you don't want to mess with. And I like the model, the design, the detailing, the paint job. Well, I will say the previous Gorion figure we gotten was back in the Showa era, and my god, Gorion looks like he's been losing some weight. Looks like he and Jagger have been both losing some weight, honestly. But yeah. And I also like to point out that all these monsters in the Gamera Rebirth series all have red eyes. They all have something in common, and that is they all have red eyes. Well, Gamera is the only monster who has green eyes. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's a good monster. But do they all have to have red eyes? Like, why not be purple or orange? Or even another color? Why does it have to be red? Zigrin, or Zigra, or whatever. I cannot say the same for him. His figure, while the while the design does look interesting, there is one problem I have with the figure. That is, it's the exact same pose as Gauss. Like, literally, it is the exact same damn pose. Even the tail looks the same. If you don't believe me, go check out the pictures yourself and you can see that I'm telling the truth. The tail looks exactly the same as Gauss's tail. I mean, it does make sense why his pose would look like that, because he's going to be in the water all the time. But, like, does he have to have a similar pose? Could have given him more like a standing pose. But besides of the pose, that is the problem with me. That's the only problem I have with the figure. It's just the pose is the problem. Because it is literally the exact same flying pose as Gauss. And the tail even looks similar too. But overall, the detailing looks okay. Looks decent, except for the head. The head doesn't look that good. Honestly, they could have tried better with the head. And the paint job looks good. It looks really good. So, yeah, that's it for this video. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments below, what do you think about these figures? Oh, and you're wondering, when will they be, well, released? They'll be releasing on August 5th. So, literally they'll be releasing a week away from now. So, not that long, actually. You don't have to wait for that long. You guys definitely know I'm gonna get my hands on these figures for sure. Only because I want more gamera kaiju, so yeah. God dang it, Super Final Wars! Shut up, Gamera. Hey, just at least be glad that you have Gamera 1995 with you. At least you guys can kind of take on the villains together. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe, like, and comment. And tell me in the comments below what do you think about these figures. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!